G'day guys, before we hop into today's vlog, I just want to remind you to hit that subscribe button. From now on, I'm going to be putting out Day-Leigh Vlogs every single day. I'm going to be tracking my process, playing these 1-2-6 max games, hopefully moving up in stakes. But even if I don't, you'll get to watch me fall on my face every single day on this YouTube channel. So make sure you hit subscribe so you get the new videos as they come out every single day. For now, onto the vlog. G'day everyone, welcome back to the vlog. It is currently 20 past 5 a.m. here in Melbourne and I've just woken up and I'm cold and I'm hungry, but I am excited to go play some online poker today. I'm going to aim to play 1,500 hands of online poker. First, I'm going to fix myself a feed before I croak, so let's get the food in. Okay, it is about 6:15 a.m. here in Melbourne and I've just grabbed my feed. I had turkey mince with a bit of broccoli today, and that's the part of the new stage of my diet that I'm on where I'm having leaner meats, less fats and more carbs. Turkey mince is actually one of the leaner meats, so I'm probably going to be having a lot of it over the next 2 weeks. Then we're shifting to another phase of the diet. I'm not quite sure on the details. Elizabeth organised it all. She's a personal trainer, so she knows much more about it, but I think that one is actually a high calorie. For now, it's high carb, high protein, low fat, and low calorie. So going to be sticking on that for the next 2 weeks. After the first 2 weeks of just a keto diet, basically, I've noticed some changes in my body. I'm definitely a lot more lean, definitely a lot more vascular, and I probably have lost a bit of muscle mass just because of the lack of exercise. I do find it harder to work out just when I'm at home. You know, you can do cardio and push-ups and stuff like that, but it's different from going to the gym. So I'm definitely excited for gyms to open up back up. That's on the back burner at the moment. We're focusing on the poker today. 1,500 hands of A-grade level play. Going to be 5 tabling. I'm not allowed to play 6 tables. I'm not ready for it yet. 5 is a very comfortable number for me. And I had an A session yesterday playing 5 and good results. So hoping to duplicate that again today. Going to focus on the self-talk, make sure I ask myself logical questions when I'm in the middle of a hand. Is this board good for my range, my opponent's range? Are they under bluffing, over bluffing? Is this a good spot to bluff myself? Those type of questions, and hopefully if I do answer them logically and reasonably, I'll have good results for the day. I don't see the point in me blabbing on anymore. I need to get in the poker. Let's go. G'day everyone, welcome back. It is currently 3 p.m. here in Melbourne and I've just wrapped up my second poker session for the day. Was able to play a total of 5 hours and 56 minutes of poker today to get in a total of 1,751 hands. So absolutely smashed the 1,500 hand goal for the day. 5 tabled all of today. Didn't get tempted to play the 6th table because we know that's not good for me, so avoided doing that today. In terms of results for the sessions, I was able to win 313 today, so always happy to book a win. In terms of the gameplay grade on today's sessions though, I'm going to give myself an A again. Given myself a few A's this week, and I really do think my play has been improving. I have been more consistently focused, disciplined, paying attention to my opponents, improving my game all throughout the week. The fact that I was only on 5 tables really did make it easier to focus on everything, not get too distracted by multiple decisions at once type thing. So I do like that I've made the decision to cut the 6th table for the time being, and absolutely stoked with my play today, as I have been for much of this week. So giving myself another A. So having recently cut back from 6 tables at once to 5 at once, I really am able to key in and focus more on the hands itself and where my opponent is in their range, what potential hands they have in their range. And like you see in this next hand, when you figure that out, it is a lot easier to play against these opponents. Let's get into the hand. The action is on me under the gun and I have king, queen of spades, I go ahead and raise it up to 4. Then the action gets to a unknown small blind who calls, and then an unknown big blind calls as well. So we go 3 ways to a flop of king 8-7 with the 8-7 of clubs. Both the blinds check it to me, and then the action's on me, and I actually think I have a pretty interesting decision here with my top pair. I do think there is a lot of merit to just checking here. Obviously, there is a bunch of hands in both of our opponents' range that we lose to. Either of them can have pocket 7s, pocket 8s, king 8 suited, 7-8 suited, 8-7 suited, and a bunch of nut flush draws. Having said that though, if these opponents can have king 8 suited, they can also have king 2 suited, king 3 suited, which are actually hands we can potentially get value from by betting. So I do decide to mix in a bet here. I go ahead and make it 12, and then the small blind folds, and then the big blind goes ahead and raises it to 24. So the action's back on me here, and I think I actually have a pretty easy decision on this street to just call. When my opponent min clicks it, I'm getting a great odds to continue in the hand, and obviously with the strong top pair here, it's pretty likely I'm good, so I do throw in the call. Then we go heads up to a turn, which is the 3 of hearts. And then things get really interesting because the big blind goes ahead and rips it all in for about 150 into a 69 pot. And I'm sitting here with top pair. This is a gross spot. Obviously, I'm concerned that my opponent did flop 2 pair or a set, and they're shoving for value / trying to price me out if I do have a flush draw type hand. But then I think about it a bit more because I'm not distracted by a bunch of other tables going on. And I realize my opponent called a min click in the big blind pre-flop. They could potentially do that with any 2 suited cards, which means if they do decide to take this line with a hand that's like a semi-bluff or a combination draw, which is very likely in my opinion actually, they're going to have so many combinations of combo draws and semi-bluffs. Like they could potentially have 6-4 of clubs, they could potentially have Jack 9 of clubs, obviously they can have Ace 2 of clubs. So I sit there and I'm thinking, I'm going to be against a combo draw a lot, and the combo draw is going to still suck out on me a lot, but I don't actually think that I'm behind that often. And another big reason that I think that is because I have the king of spades in my hand, which limits the amount of flop 2 pairs my opponent has. Because whilst I do think my opponent will call with any 2 suited cards in the big blind, I really don't think they're going to call with king 8 offsuit or king 7 offsuit. Might be wrong about that, not quite sure at the 1-2 level, but it is more likely that they don't have one of those 2 pairs because I have the king of spades. So I actually think in this spot, I really like calling with king, queen of spades. Not only do I think they just have a plethora of semi-bluffs in this spot, but also I'm actually less concerned that they do have the 2 pair because I have the king blocker. So I go ahead and do it. I throw in the call, and then my opponent shows Jack 3 of clubs. So they have the flush draw, plus they just turned a pair, which probably is why they ripped it so big, because they figured they picked up extra equity. So we are in for a flip, a big flip here. And then the river is the 3 of diamonds. So I was absolutely stoked that I did make a good read. Obviously a bad beat's going to happen multiple times a day when you're playing 1,500 hands. So not going to whinge too much about that, because I am happy that I made a good read in this hand, that my opponent was doing this with a semi-bluff hand very often. And clearly if they have Jack 3 of clubs in their range, they're going to have a lot of club draws with a pair on the turn here. So stoked with my call from a strategy standpoint, not so stoked with the bad bait. Having said that though, I was playing well this session. I didn't go on tilt after this or anything. I sort of just made a mental note of the hand to tell you guys and then moved on to the next one. So very happy with how I played this hand, regardless of results. Not that I would fault anyone for just folding on the turn. I have alluded to in this vlog many times that my player pool is very, very tight, and some players will probably just be doing this with a set or 2 pair to try and deny equity. Maybe a hand like Ace King or Pocket Aces that didn't 3-bet pre-flop. I could also potentially see a hand like that doing it. So if you disagree with the call and you much prefer holding, don't be shy to let me know. Hop in the comments, let me know what you think about this hand. On the turn, are you going all in, calling them off, or are you just marking it and moving on to the next hand? I think there are a lot of different opinions that I'm going to get from this hand in particular. And as always, I'm really keen to hear you guys out because I get a lot of insight from your comments typically in my videos. So hop down in the comment section below and let me know what you think. But before we do wrap up today's vlog, I've played 50,000 hands of online poker since I started the vlog. I think it's time we revisit the Excel spreadsheet and see how we're going in the game so far. Let's go. Welcome back to the Excel spreadsheet, everyone. As you can tell, this is the Excel spreadsheet where I do track all of my results, having played online poker throughout all of these vlogs, in terms of the hours I played, and then the hands I played, my gameplay grade, as well as the results and accumulative results, as you can see there. Last time we checked in, I played 40,000 hands of 1-2 no limit online poker. Right now we are sitting at 51,751 hands of online poker. The fact that I have been mixing in the 2-5 game and taking sort of mini shots every session, just playing one table of 2-5, I can't say this is 50,000 hands of 1-2-6 max. Obviously, a lot of these hands are going to be 2-5 hands at this point. So actually, if we do go down to the big blinds per 100, it's kind of irrelevant because it's obviously going to be skewed off, having played 2 different stakes the past 2 weeks. But my cumulative results since I've started the vlog are at 3,660.6, which nets me about 18.23 an hour over the 200 hours I have played since starting the vlog. And we do have the big blind per 100 being 3.54, but realistically it would actually be less than that because I haven't separated the 2-5 results from the 1-2 results, so that's not actually going to be that accurate. Having said that, I definitely wish that number was a lot bigger and skewed up by winning at 2-5. Unfortunately, it's not. I have figured out a strategy to rectify this so that we do get back to the big blind per 100 hand, and so more on that now. My strategy to rectify this travesty of not being able to figure out what my big blind per 100 rate is that starting next session, I'm exclusively going to play 2-5. I've actually been meaning to move up from 1-2 to 2-5 for pretty much ever since I started the vlog. It's been a long-term goal of mine. I do think that I'll be much more successful and have a much better income grinding that game in the long run. I do expect initially to be a dog at the game, and I expect there to be some growing pains where I'm still trying to figure stuff out. But I did take this week to get more acclimatized, just playing one table every single day, getting used to it so I would feel more comfortable when I did dive straight in. And it's that time. Next session, I'm going to dive straight in. 5 tables of 2-5, no 1-2. Going to try and immerse myself into that game, become a reg at that game, become a winner at that game, and hopefully that'll carry me further ahead in my career as a professional poker player. And I'm excited to vlog it all for you guys going forward. Excited to track the process, but I am moving up to 2-5 next session, which is exciting, nerve-wracking, everything at the same time. So we'll get that vlog out to you in 2 days because I'm actually taking tomorrow off. It's Wednesday, which means it's my midweek weekend. Elizabeth and I are actually driving up to the country to go visit her parents, so I probably won't have the chance to play any poker at all. I mean, maybe I'll sneak into the backyard for like 10 minutes and play a hand or something, just joking. Probably not going to play any poker tomorrow, definitely not going to be vlogging tomorrow either. So I do apologise if you're expecting a vlog tomorrow, but we'll get a fresh one out to you in 2 days' time that's exclusively 2-5. So make sure you hit that subscribe button so you get to see me toil away in the 2-5 games. If you already have hit subscribe, you're the best. And if you haven't already, come on, join the fam, hit the subscribe, catch me playing some 2-5 next vlog. For now, I'm out of here. Peace.